And we're live. Hello and welcome to the Manic Money Finance channel. The one and only. There is a copycat. I've seen them. It's an AI generated piece of garbage. As you can see, we are real. AI is not going to make this. This is too crazy. This is too weird. It's not going to happen. All right, first off, as we all know, sound check. Gonna do a little sound check action. I do this the old-fashioned way. I go ahead and just jump on here. This is too crazy. This is too weird. It's not gonna happen. All right, first off, as we all know, sound. The sound check is good. Sound check is good. I don't have to yell, which is perfect. I don't really want to yell. I'm hyped up. We can get this out in a decent volume level here, people. A decent volume level. But as you can see behind me, the light is green. Green means money. We are making money this week. Or I should say I'm making money this week. If you follow my trades, you are also making money this week. I'm going to go ahead and get this out on the socials. And, I have a hard time multitasking. Get this out here on the socials, different pages. We got a lot going on. I'm going to actually do it very quick. I'm doing all kinds of stuff right now. If I told you everything I was doing, you would never even believe me. So, what are we winning on? I don't know. If you've been following crypto, you've seen crypto winning. We are intrinsically invested in crypto, therefore we are winning. The small account challenge, winning. The caption for sharing this to the Manic Money Finance Facebook page, winning. All right. I'm going to jump right into it. So we're going to go in order from worst to best on the levels of winning. So first thing we're going to cover here is Big Back Bitcoin. I shared this one in the last live stream. So as you can see, I'm here on the DEX screener. It's been relatively flat, kind of. So we're going to bring it back to the 5-day chart just to show you guys. Because when I originally invested in this bad boy, I threw down, 200, 250, basically just some pocket change that I really wouldn't care about losing. I know what you're thinking. Is he drinking sewage water? I am not. It's a protein shake. That's for a different video. For Populous Personas that's going to be coming out. It's my 20 pounds in 20 days or maybe even 30 pounds in 30-day challenge weight loss without losing muscle. And hopefully, I haven't lost any muscle, but hopefully we gain some muscle. I know that might be a bit of a spoiler. Oops. What can you do? So Big Back Bitcoin. This bad boy was trending on StockTwits. So I said a YOLO with 250 into it. I think 200 is actually what I originally put in. Now it's back in this 23025 region here. Not great. You can only get this on Uniswap. If you want, comment on the Facebook page. You can comment on this video. I can show you how to use Uniswap. Obviously, you have to use a non-custodial wallet. It is only a little bit complicated. Nothing crazy. Easier than opening a bank account, a brokerage account, and buying stock. I think it's going to be quicker nowadays. It's become very easy to use Uniswap and these custodial wallets, non-custodial wallets. But when something is brand new like this, you look at the 1 month chart, it doesn't exist before this. This thing is brand new. So when something's brand new like this, you have to get on the non-custodial wallet. So I bought into the 3025 range. As you can tell, we're about half that. That was my original little parcel. But as you know, I am the guru, the master of averaging down for awesome gains. And that's exactly what I did here, right? So we dipped, we dived, we crashed with Bitcoin this past week. So what did I do? I started buying more in this range right here. So you see this range right here at the bottom, this just under 3 zeros here. Just started buying more. So now my initial investment, my total investment, it's only $550. I don't care. I lose $550. It's whatever. The way I trade these meme coins, especially when they're brand new like this, is I'll throw some money at it. And then if I don't get stellar gains, it doesn't really matter because I'm basically viewing it as, I'm not going to say a lottery ticket, but basically view it as a rounding error, a write-off. You can do 3,000 in losses a year, and write that off against your gains. This is part of that $3,000 in losses right here. So we're just waiting. Buy volume is much higher than sell volume. The buys are much higher than the sells, and there's more buyers than sellers now. And I think I showed you guys this before, but as far as the holders go, I like to see this. So this is the liquidity pool. This person's actually buying more. This right here is the locked supply, which I believe slowly gets released over time. This is 21 billion total tokens, and it'll never be beyond that. So I found out recently that the contract is definitely locked, verified, and audited. And they, the developers of this went to CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap and got them to remove those bogus warnings. So yeah, I'm into this with a little bit to see where it goes. Obviously, I had to average down. I'm a little below break even. Stop losses, they don't exist with this stuff. You're buying through Uniswap. You can't really get a stop loss unless you're able to program a trading bot that works off of your non-custodial wallet, which I'm not doing. So I'm waiting to see what this thing goes to. I'm hoping for big things. Market cap right now is unofficially 2.5 million. So be interesting to see what happens with that. And we'll just get off of that. And, people have been talking about the markets this week. They're volatile. It's crazy. So before I share my other trades of the week and show you the actual accounts, that's how braggadocious we're going to be. So hopefully this doesn't bite me in the ass later on this week when I show you my actual trades today and the money I be making. So this is the SPY. You might have heard that the markets are trading flat this week. That doesn't look flat to me. We have trade tariff, Trump trade war, craziness going on, whatever. Could care less. There's opportunities to make money. You trade the news. You trade the news or lack thereof. It's very difficult right now in this market to time this stuff. You can see these gaps. This is pre-market, post-market gaps here where it's, bottoming out, opening up. But as you can see, because I actually was looking at this before, this is a trend line that we were running with before. Slightly higher lows. And basically right here is the Trump trade war tariff fiasco. And a lot of people were saying, a lot of those diamond hand crazy apes trading, these degenerates like me, were saying buy the dip, buy the dip. And people are like, what are you, crazy? I gotta sell my 401k. I gotta get out of this. We're going to zero. Next Great Depression. And sure enough, we are in the most volatile market out there today in 2025. It is what it is. 90% of your trades on all markets are high-frequency trading bots and algorithms. And they will feed off your fear. They have no emotions. It's all numbers to them. But because of that, they will feed off your fears. probably because they're emotionless. So what we're seeing now is basically we're about to regain this trend line here. And if that happens, we're going back. The S&P 500 is going back above 6,000. It's at 5,960 right now. We're going back above 6,000 again. Obviously, the tariffs, the trade war stuff, it's not all bad. We're going to see more manufacturing coming back here stateside. We're going to see, the power of the U.S. government and the U.S. dollar. But if that doesn't work, we do have, you always have gold. Remember I was talking about gold. Gold's going to be a nice one. So I'm actually going to be talking about gold this weekend as basically a broader trading strategy. I might make a video on it because I think gold always does really well under Trump. And I think gold's going to do really, really well this time around. I think people are going to start flooding into more risk-averse assets, tangible. This is something that you can tangibly buy. You can buy a bunch of gold, keep it in a safe. You can't go wrong. And I think we'll actually see $6,000 gold, $6,000 an ounce by the end of Trump's presidency. I think it is actually possible to see an insane doubling of gold. Because as you can see, it's up 50% since just the past year. And you can see this is almost growing parabolically. Just saying. So, before we cover cryptocurrency, because Bitcoin is intrinsically tied to my biggest winning trade at the moment, we're going to go into Blooms here. So Blooms right here. This is one that I shouted out on the channel. I'll go to the 1 month so I can show you exactly when I shouted this one out last weekend. So this is on the 5-day. I shouted this bad boy out up here, unfortunately. We were in the 20-cent region when I shouted this bad boy out. When I bought myself, and I got stop lossed out. Because I've been so busy, I have not been posting all my trades, unfortunately. That's unfortunate. That's on me. That's my bad. I will make sure in the future that I am posting all my trades. But I jumped into this bad boy again. I saw a ripe opportunity. And remember, I'm only using small amounts here. Nothing crazy. I want to keep this relatable to y'all, okay? So I jumped down. I'm going to show you my exact trade right now. So it just goes to show you that if you do get into a trade, it doesn't work out for you. You get stop loss out. But you believe in the company and or product. You have an opportunity here to move forward and make that moolah with the same stock again. Find a better re-entry point. Find, average down if you're stuck. But obviously, I always advocate stop losses. Get out at a 5% loss. Find another entry point that's better. Don't ride the whole way down. This way you'll have 2 5% losses if the second trade doesn't work out. All right, that's better. So let me go ahead and show you guys exactly. Because I'm not scared. So you see right here. So I'm going to show you right here. Right? So we bought in at 14.2 cents. 3,333 shares. I sold a third of my holdings, which was basically all the profit that I had at that moment at 21.25 today in aftermarket. So I bought this in pre-market. I bought this thing pre-market or yesterday evening. I can't quite remember. Wait, where do we see that here? June 2nd. I bought this bad boy. That would have been aftermarket yesterday. 14.2. And today, it didn't go up crazy. It was nice. We had some gains. But basically, with the relatively low volume that it was showing today, I figured, if we're having gains now, this could be short sellers covering. Who knows? But in after hours, this thing went nuts. So literally, right at 4 o'clock, close at 16 cents, 16.75 of a cent. Bam. By 4:30, we're up to 20 cents. It was a good afternoon. I had already made as much money trading today, or my stocks everything had gone up more than I had made at work today. And then this happened, icing on the cake. I took some profits, paid some bills, and as you can see, I am still up 36% on this bad boy with the 2/3 of the initial investment that I have left. So this one, even if I didn't sell and I decided to double down, even though I was down 35%, if I had held and I got into 13 cents and I was down 35%, I could have just doubled down, put the same, put another 500 in here and had a full $1,000 worth. And then boom, when it goes back up, this is why I'm the king of averaging down. Obviously this one, because of the uncertainty and the volatility, I stop lossed out. But this is right in front of you. I'm showing you guys the trades. Boom, bada, bing. So I know someone said that basically what I was doing was gambling. It's proof that it's not. Sometimes things move fast. If you put tight stop losses in, it's not gambling. It's not gambling. Obviously, meme coins, that's always a gamble. The way to be safe is to find ones that are certified, audited, and the ones where the developers are locked out of the contract. Then you're golden. Oh, I've got to keep choking down this spinach and vegan protein, the fat-free milk. I know, it's ironic. We have milk, vegan protein, spinach. Spinach, it's the only vegetable that's proven to raise your testosterone, but you have to eat a lot of it. Basically, 1 or 2 bags a day, religiously. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh. Doesn't taste that bad, surprisingly enough. So, yeah, there's blooms for you. I showed you the trade. All right, now we're going to go over Bitcoin because, as you know, my small account challenge is riding exclusively on Bitcoin right now. I do not like the charts at the moment. So I'm going to back up on the 6-month chart and show you guys something, because if it goes up, will it go down? We don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know. And this is the exact thing. So you see that funnel there. It was funneling into tight price action. And it followed that funnel. But as you can see, we had a couple dips down. That's a pretty good indicator that it was eventually going to break down. And it's exactly what it did. And I know you're probably thinking this looks a lot like the S&P 500 chart. Fortunately, it does. They have not decoupled. Obviously, we made higher highs than the S&P did. That's because the headwinds or the tailwinds going for Bitcoin right now. So what I want to do right now is we're going to make a new funnel. We don't have much to go for these new highs. So basically, this funnel, it's gonna be dicey. I would not rate this as very accurate. So when you have something like this where it's stepping up and it's just step up gains, step up gains, step up, you have the cup and handle. This is a lot of gains in the past couple months. I mean, it's always a good sign. This is how Bitcoin usually likes to do it. But that funnel, it's wild. It's actually kind of unhealthy because you're not getting a really good pullback. You are getting pullbacks, obviously. You can see this pullback that we're in right now. We're actually in a consolidation period right now. But as you can see, I don't want another line. We are trending up. This is trending up. We are forming higher lows. This is the past 2-week period. You know, we did see that 112,000 peak. Crazy, I know, right? But I think this is just the beginning this year. I think we could see 150 to 200K this year. And basically, it's going to take a large world government to really crash this out at this point. We're testing the 26 earned moving average support right now. And if we fail below this funnel, right, this is basically the support here, we fail below that funnel, hopefully we get $100,000 support. That's a very strong mental level. The unfortunate thing with the prices of Bitcoin right now, this stuff seems out of touch, unattainable for your normal investor, for most normal people who are just trying to get by right now. So that's why I avoid Bitcoin. I don't do direct investment in Bitcoin. The only way to really effectively do that, unless you have a bunch of cha-ching, which most people don't, let's be honest, the only way to effectively invest in Bitcoin is to leverage trade it. And that's how you get wrecked. Leverage trading Bitcoin is the worst possible thing you can do. It is so heavily manipulated. Market makers, Binance alone manipulates the crap out of this thing. So as you can see, here we go. 830 reversal. You know, a little stop loss hunting, and that 830 reversal when the Asian markets take over, they love to reverse the trend because it gets people caught with their pants down. There's liquidity to boost their gains. So if the Asian markets come in and they reverse the price action, all these short sellers, they get stop lossed out. You know, they get burnt, and then they have to buy back those coins, and that is now liquidity for them to make more gains. So the 8:30 p.m. reversal, more often than not, plays out true. I like patterns when it comes to trading. I'm big on patterns, which is why I'm going to cover my next big gain. Oh, Bitcoin Depot. Oh my. Didn't we cover this one? Oh, look at that's a 5-day chart. So you were talking about this over here on the last live stream. All right, weren't you, Money Mike? Yes, Money Mike was. I should refer to myself in the third person. This is a month ago. That's crazy. Oh, weren't you averaging down all the way into Pennyland? Sub 10 cents? Didn't you start buying at 25 cents with the small account? And you said, screw it. And you did that. And you started doing that. Oh, way back here. Oh, I was buying warrants way back here. And just averaging, buying them at different times. And would you look at that? Now that Bitcoin's going nuts. Now that Bitcoin Depot stock is going nuts. So these are just the warrants. Exercisable at $11.50 a share. As you can see, the warrant chart resembles the stock chart very much so. And as you can see, the earnings are good. The earnings have been growing. There have been a couple negative earnings, which have not been good for the stock, but the earnings are growing. Bitcoin Depot just changed their corporate structure too. That could be huge. As you can see, this thing is climbing with Bitcoin. As Bitcoin goes up, as this becomes a more profitable company that is restructuring in order to provide better value to shareholders, we have gone from $1 and change just a few months ago to $4.60 a share. So if you were invested in this stock, you're looking at 300% gains. But, and I'm going to show you the small account Guys, the small account challenge. And then you remember this from back a while ago. Let me just make sure we got nothing. I got nothing showing here. I just don't want to, accidentally give you the last 4 digits of any account. Boom. Boom. There it is, people. The small account. This is just this year. So all we're going to look at is this year. This thing started off with $100 in it. At this point, I am not putting any more money in it. $15 a week. We bought Bitcoin Depot warrants. Because I said, that's where it's at. Find one amazing investment, and you run with it. And you can see by looking at the 6-month change that the initial investment into this account was less than $100. If the 6-month change of profit is $966, 1,288%. That means we put less than $100 into this account. Now, I've been bouncing it back and forth between other little stuff sometimes, but these Bitcoin Depot warrants, they have been where it's at. And with how solid the company's doing, fingers crossed, Bitcoin keeps going up. This is why I'm worried about posting this live stream, talking about this. I don't want to get jinxed. I can be a little bit superstitious sometimes. I don't want to get wrecked. As you can see, we're up 30% today alone. In the 1 month, we're up 326%. It's just fingers crossed it keeps rolling, people. Fingers crossed. So I gotta show you the receipts. I gotta show you what's up. You have to know that I know what I'm talking about. So I haven't really followed the news. I do know the Fed was nothing substantial, which is actually nice to see. And basically, the interest rate's staying the same. Nothing crazy is happening. You can look at economic data coming out this week, the rest of this week. It was looking like it was going to be a crazy week. Get the Fed Beige book. Whatever. Unemployment, a lot of this stuff. U.S. trade deficit. U.S. productivity. That'll be something to munch on, something to digest. The unemployment rate will be interesting. Just always rock bottom for such a long time now. And U.S. hourly wages. So basically, if U.S. hourly wages are beating inflation, we're in a good shape. We're in good shape. Especially hourly wages year over year. We want to see that beat inflation. We don't want people freaking not being able to afford to live. That's crazy. It's crazy, especially freaking, it's America. Come on. Yeah, this is a short and sweet one for you guys. Next week, we actually have CPI. So that'll be nice to see. And PPI. So we're going to get some inflation data. That should be interesting. So that's where you see the CPI year over year, core CPI. Hopefully this week our hourly wages is higher than next week's CPI. But yeah, that's really all I got for you. Unfortunately, I've been working a lot. I've been doing this 20-pound and 20-day challenge. I literally been going to the gym every single evening. I have to at least do an hour of cardio every day, or I try to. This is on top of a physically demanding job. I'm a little burnt out. I'm trying to get the time. That's why I jumped on late today. I knew I had to at least brag about my winning, brag about my gains to you people. And that's what I did. So yeah. Don't be afraid to like, subscribe. Definitely join the Facebook page. So my next goal is to basically start live streaming on Facebook. I'm going to switch over. I'm not using Restream anymore. I hate this little thing up here, this little watermark crap. I've looked at Restream's suite of services and stuff, and it's pretty decent, but they're expensive. So I may or may not go to a different service. And that just means the quality of the stream is going to go up. That means we're going to be streaming to more platforms. It'll be fantastic. It'll be so great. Yeah, but that's all. Right now, not financial advice. None of this is financial advice. Me, if I wasn't in any of this stuff, and some dude like me was talking about this stuff, I would probably go looking at the gains that he had. I would say number one, best thing to jump into, what I would jump into if I was not me, probably big back Bitcoin first. Meme coins can just go nuts. 5,000, 10,000% gains. They can go absolutely insane. After that, I would definitely be looking at Bitcoin Depot warrants because that's just an interesting thing. If you have a Charles Schwab account, E-Trade, you need one of those traditional brokerages, one of those old school guys. You're not going to get warrants on Robinhood, not yet at least. And then Blooms, I would just be looking at short term. I probably wouldn't buy pre-market tomorrow. I would wait till the market opens on Blooms because you're going to see some price equalization there. Obviously, it does go insane pre-market. Most brokerages, you're not going to be able to buy to 7 a.m. anyways. So, you can always watch from the sidelines and be like, oh, man, that guy was right. Fingers crossed, people. That's all I got for you. Stay frosty, my friends. Remember, don't get emotional about